Hey, people. I hope you're all well. Let's see. Oh, I don't have my sound. I do have my sound on. Can anybody hear me? Oh, that's because of the delay. Yep. Alright, everything's working. Although it says I'm dropping frames, I'm not too sure why, because my internet access is working. There we go. Yeah, when I'm on the loading screen, it's on the first screen. I don't have any sound plugged into it, so it's just, it's just basically a screen that says starting soon. No what? Nope, what? I guess you can hear me because you're answering me with something. Hey, Kevin! I just heard from your lady love that unfortunately bad storms and her modem got fried. So there's a reason to play sad trombone. Because that is sad. Yeah, I'm bummed out about that too here. I'll play it. Ugh. Storms. Wish they go away. Ruin somebody's fun. So how is everybody tonight? And let's see. Hi, Dio. My gosh. Should I? No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Because I want to be that stream where people aren't told to do that. No! You said it yourself, not me. For some reason, it's always banned Dio on every other channel. That's because everybody loves him. Dio is cool. Oh, it's going to be a night. It's going to be a night. Usually this is supposed to be my chill night. But I'm guessing this is not going to be a chill night. That's okay. That's okay, Kevin. So what if you close the stream tab? So welcome everybody. It's nice to see you all on here. And personally, I like a fun stream rather than just chill. Gives you something to do. So back to this guy. We made quite a bit of progress on him. I'm pretty happy. Got flowers done. I think tonight I'm going to start to work on probably some more of the leaves and some of the mushrooms. I was just looking at the mushrooms, and it looks like to me, mushrooms are like 2 colors or 3 colors, at least on the images I found. I found red with the white spots or brown. Some of the weird shaped ones have different colors, but I mean, red would look nice on this because I've got bits and pieces of red scattered throughout, so that probably wouldn't be a bad way to go. But I do have to figure out, like I assume these are some sort of mushrooms or, lichen or something. They look familiar. I'm going to have to look it up and see what they are. But yeah, he's coming up pretty good so far. At least if I do say so myself. You just fell out of bed? That's not good. So I just want to remind people, if you have anything to share in terms of, I'm link friendly. I banned the link. I banned the ban. So I love sharing stuff, and unless somebody comes and gives me a reason to put that back on there, I don't care. Let's see. So without further ado, I'm going to get started. Let's see. So I could do leaves and mushrooms, because there's also a bunch of leaves like there. And there. And I think there's one in there. Hard to tell. Some of these are really hard to tell what they are. There's definitely something here, which I was going to paint up as one of those flower things, but it seems to only have like 3 leaves. I keep looking at it, I keep thinking it looks like one of the flower things, but it doesn't have any petals on the side. So I was just going to paint those up as leaves with some sort of something in the center. It'll be different than these flowers. Hydration is the new porn. What do you mean by that? Oh, and let's see. So we got hi Mini Mommy and hi Pete. And of course, hi Dio. It's so nice to have you on here. And of course, hi Kevin. And there's somebody let's see, there's somebody else that's probably lurking about too. Who's lurking. And it said I love lurkers too because I am one. Let's see. Mushrooms. Do I want to do mushroom covers? I want to do mushroom covers. I know Pete says I probably should put pink all over this guy, but there aren't pink mushrooms. I'm going to start with red. Do I want to do this red or do I want to do a different red? I did find that paint color I was looking for the other day. It was actually behind me on the shelf. Behind me. I did bring down a whole bunch more of my paints because I was using them upstairs. At night when I do my, I can't find it. I was trying to find some and there was no pink mushrooms. Plus red sort of goes with the color scheme of this whole thing. They're magic mushrooms. Yeah, I'm sure they're magic mushrooms. Okay, that's all the things in there. I think I'm going to go with Sienna Scarlet. It's a little bit of a brighter red. So what is everybody up to? How has everybody been doing on Monday? Because, it's Monday. Let's see. Does he have any mushrooms growing out? No, I don't see any mushrooms going out of his butt, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would make it. Well, it's Tuesday for you, but it's still Monday here. Right? Yeah, it is Tuesday for you. It's still Monday in my part of the world. However, it can get the heck out the door. And then, of course, actually, I do have the stems to do. I'll paint. I feel like painting mushroom caps. So we're going to paint the mushroom caps red. Now, I may vary this a little, depending on what I put on top of this. You built a 2,000 point Necron. Oh, that's cool. I said, that's my best friend DJ's. That's his faction of Necrons. I've been helping him work on his army when I have time. I saw that there was an announcement made. I get GW's emails. And I saw there was an announcement about how they're doing like a limited run of, I think they were supposed to be convention releases or event releases. And either they didn't happen. I think I'm going to paint those differently. They didn't happen because of COVID or something along those lines. But they're doing a very limited release of like 9 days where you can just order them right from GW. And it's made to order, so if you order one, you'll get one. This isn't like the Cursed City crap. Done your player character. Let's see. Oh, yeah, they did that last year as well. Yeah, I heard it was because, COVID. You know what? The minis are real as usual. The minis are really nice. I mean, curse GW for making so many good minis. That's why I buy them, because their product. I can't deny it. Their product. The minis are just. I think they're so good looking. And done your player character, which was the Undertaker. Wait, oh, there's probably two different statements. So what's your player character anyways? What game are you playing? Where you made a PC? Pete. Cream cracked. I think my stream's cracking too. I hope it works all right. As I said, I was getting warnings for a change about drop frames. I'm like, I hope not. I mean, we kicked the router. That seemed to work. Maybe I'll Google tree mushrooms, because I feel like these should be different. They're really stuck into the tree. And obviously I'm going to have to hit these with a couple coats. Sorry, Pete, that sucks. Because I want your stream to be good so you can have fun hanging out with me. I enjoy your company. Let me get this done. Sorry if I'm going off stream to try to see a little better here. Let me try to keep my hand on stream. So these mushrooms seem to be sitting further out from the tree, and these seem to be embedded. So I'm going to do them a couple different types. If I find some pink mushrooms, I'll find some pink mushrooms. What do you mean you need more chats? Oh, it's okay. So you made a PC for a D&D game that might not get played. So what kind of a character is it? What race and class and anything special? I said you made it. It's probably special. Tomorrow's list is a mushroom lady thing. So what else are people up to tonight? I mean, what are you working on? You still working on those tanks, Crimson and Mini Mommy? Are you working on something right now? I do really dig it when people actually, when they stream my painting, they're actually painting. Oh, there's more down here. There are mushrooms all over this thing. There's some more by his feetsies. Sorry, Pete, there's no mushrooms by his butt crack. And I love that. Yeah, I really do like this color, actually. Probably going to regret it. Probably going to regret painting the caps first. Because I'm going to have to get in there to paint the stems. And I got to figure out what I'm painting underneath. Kevin is working on Rimworld. Oh, Rimworld. What's Rimworld? Pete's working on sleeping. Because, yeah, it is really late over there. I'm amazed you're actually awake right now. Then again, at like a lot of times at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm still awake too. Oh, cool. Mini Mommy's painting a Stormcast Eternal. That's cool. So yeah, the limited run minis, one was a Stormcast Eternal and one was a Necron. So, of course, I pointed out to my best bud has that army of Necrons that we're working on. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll have to get that. There's another mushroom. There are so many mushrooms! But I'm going to love all these little shots of color all over this thing. By the way, free minis, those are like the best type. Come think of it, Kevin there actually gave me a couple of minis I believe came from... Oh my God, the Indomitus set. I know one of them came from the Indomitus set because it's one I've been dying for because I wanted the Justica forever. I think that's just one of the coolest minis there is. I think the other one came from there too. Alright, now I'm going to go back over. I'm going to keep going over this because I still see black and I don't want to see black. Mini painting does require some level of patience. And sometimes it takes several coats to cover. But in the end, it's totally worth it. Yeah, both did. Yeah, both of them did come from the Indomitus box set. Yeah, at some point I will paint that. I say that about a lot of minis, especially considering I've got my whole Reaper Bones order still. It's not out on the table, but I do have the whole Reaper Bones order sitting here in this room with me. Alright, now I take another look around and see if you're painting your tree or painting your tree. I quit waiting is stupid. You quit? Wait, you quit painting the tree? You were painting one of these? Me, Matt, hello, hello. Nice to see you tonight. He's another one I gotta freaking find time to actually visit his stream because I do see him on there. It's going well. It's Monday and it's almost over. That's how it's going. Today wasn't terrible. My supervisor came back. The boat's really expensive too, so. Also you need to put an addition in your house to store the boat. Or get your best buddy to move. Thank you. I looked up colors for mushrooms, and it seems like red cap seems to be the big thing for mushrooms with white dots. So I'm going to probably put some white dots on all these. So how I was going to say, hey, the end of Monday is the best part of Monday. Amen, Matt. So how was your stream today? And I said one of these days I got to pop on there. I try to catch everybody who I know streams that follows me and pops on here. So here, we're gonna do a little shout out because if I can see my keyboard. Because Matt is a streamer. So follows are free, and you can, and Pete, look, there's another person you can tell to go hydrate 9,000 times during his stream. It's another victim. Oh, looks like I got a little paint where I didn't want it to go. That's one of the things that's sort of always an issue is when you've got these, corners like this where one color goes into another. Oftentimes, it's very easy to catch that other side when you don't want to. All right, I hope that's all the mushrooms. Oh, actually interesting. So I pointed out this little feature earlier. It's got some leaves. I think it's just like this one here, which also seems to have 3 leaves in a little center, but the leaves kind of covering the center. I think that's it for shrooms. And I'm just making sure they're covered. Red is a little bit red's one of those translucent colors. Funny thing is I have to deal with that in my day job too. Of course, Matt, because you're awesome and you came on here. I'm so glad you came on here. I love people to chat with, if nothing else. When I get to 50 subs, I'm going to do a giveaway. So I haven't decided if it's going to be a mini that I paint up and just give away, or if it's going to be a commission that you guys can ask for. Haven't decided that yet. But if you're a subscriber and you happen to be a subscriber when I'm doing that giveaway, you're going to be in the running. Hello, Anubis. What's that? Ho Anubis. Hone Anubis? I'm not sure how to say your name. Hello, it's nice to meet you. Because I'm not sure I've seen that tag before. Fine, Anubis. Perfect. Because you're right, it does kind of sound funny. How are you? I hope you're good on this Monday evening or Tuesday morning, depending on where in the world you are. Shin, Lord of the Fries. Oh, wait, is that who you are? You're on, if that's who you are, you're on what, Frog server, was it? Yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, I know who you are now. So, hi, welcome to my mini painting stream, where I chat with whatever you would like to talk about. And I give instruction and paint minis. And I said I do try to explain what I'm doing in between chatting with you all. So this is what I'm painting. He's for those of you who don't know, he is actually for a community painting project, I guess you could say. One of my other friends, basically Tharivol. So there's a panel that explains this underneath the video. Underneath the screen, underneath the picture, whatever. But anyways, basically, we all voted on this, and for the month of July, we're painting, a whole bunch of us are painting this up. Anybody can join. If you want to, you just pick up the mini, which is the Spirit of the Forest from Reaper Minis, and by the end of July, or it's not really that etched in stone there. There's sort of a deadline, but if you put it on later and put the hashtag, I'm sure he'll find it. But basically, yeah, we put it on. We get pictures of it, put it on Twitter under Tharivol and Friends too, and we get to see what everyone else does. I was literally just playing Smite, and that looks like Sylvanas. The tree. Sylvanas. Oh, I know. I think of Sylvanas. I think of the one from WoW, who I can't stand. Alliance forever. But so, and his bark has got a purplish hue because purple is my favorite color ever. So I went with that. Alright, so I need to find a color to highlight mushrooms. Now, red is one of those colors that a lot of times people have trouble coming up with a color to highlight. Well, because, if you for the horde, dirty lion scum. Yeah, Kevin, keep dreaming. I don't know, is Twitch broken or your thing broken? Pete. Hey, Ron! It's so nice to see you! Oh, one of my favorite snarky people. Purple is the best color. Oh, yes, Matt, I noticed your tag is in purple, too. Purple is best color. I mean, Pete will tell you pink is best color, but don't listen to him. Purple's best color. And that all started... Wow is what started that whole thing, too, with me and purple. I made a night elf, and I did purple hair on her, and ever since then, the purple vibe, I've just totally run with the purple vibe. So, as I was saying, yeah, keep dreaming there. Keep dreaming, Pete. Purple everything. Oh, I gotta hydrate. Okay, so for all you who are new, I do have a soundboard. I have stuff you can spend channel points on that I put in. That's not just the usual the defaults. I got some other fun ones in there. I do have the sound effects. Some of them are free. Some of them are channel points. Some of them are bits. None of them are. They're not expensive because I want them accessible. But if people want to throw money at me, I'll take money. But honestly, having you guys here to chat with is really the best part of this whole thing. Right, I'd say cheers. Yeah, I try to give you people something to blow channel points on. But I have free, I left a few of those sound effects too as free. So you don't even need channel points. You could just play them if you want. And I guess part of it, I just want them used. because I spent the time to put them on there. Use them. I keep saying this every time. At some point, I will actually download some custom emotes and things too. But my work has just been, it's been difficult, to say the least. Work has been work. It's ever since March, we have been absolutely slammed. And I'm like the only designer there. So, and last week, my supervisor, I said my supervisor was away last week, so she's back now. So things will probably be a little bit. No, they'll probably still be just as bad. So as I was saying, red is one of those colors that's kind of difficult to figure out how, because if you add white to it, you get pink. That's not necessarily where you want to go. So orange, I might want to add a little red into this. Orange is actually a really good color to highlight red with, in case you were wondering. See, I do give out some instruction on this stream. I want to inspire people to paint. I like to say I offer conversation and mini painting inspiration on this channel. And it kind of rhymes. This is also where we wash our brushes with beer. It is the Painted Hero Tavern after all. So I'm going to take and I did add quite a bit of red to this. But basically I want to make a bit of a transition. So I don't want it to just be a sudden, red with an orange like top to it. Definitely want a transition. Drink more paint tainted beer. Rod, I hate to tell you this. I don't drink beer. Even though I made that the saying, the little catchphrase, we wash our brushes in beer, because it said at some point I may open a merch shop, and that's a pretty good mini painter joke, because we all wash our brushes and our drinks once in a while. But I actually don't drink beer. I know I'm weird, right? I don't like beer. Oh, no, it's fine. You can josh all you want. Please, I said, one of the reasons why I was hoping you come on and chat is because you are snarky and I like it. You're going to be the next one that gets Michael Mortar to stab himself. From laughing. You may get me to stab myself. I've got a pokey too, so you could get me to stab myself as well. So basically on this, I'm gonna layer up here, so I really do like this color. Wait, who's gonna fire you? Oh, Michael Mortar's gonna fire. Wait, can he fire volunteers? I mean, is he paying you? Because if he's paying you, I want a raise. Hydrated or broke it? Oh, and Rod and others. By the way, one of the sound effects I do have for channel points is the ever favorite of the Goblin Army, moist. Moist is a sound effects option, and
Moist.
probably yes. Thank you, Pete. So if I ever say something that for moist, there you go. You could actually you can chime in with the sound effect now.
Moist.
Of course, if you burn all your channel points, it is going to cost you bits. But I did all my bits things are up for probably not enough money, like 20 cents or something like that. I'm not 100% sure how it works. I keep threatening I'm going to raise the price a little bit because I made them too cheap. But then again, I'm not rich either, so I want people to be able to use it. And, oh, I'm a dum-dum. Hey, by the way, who the heck followed me? Yeah, thank you so much, Anubis, for following. And I hope you come and hang out often. It said the fact that you guys are here, you make it all worth it for me to do the stream. If no one was here, it'd just be me painting and giving out instructions once in a while. And then putting this video on YouTube. I do have a YouTube channel where I really just store the videos. Oh no, Rod, I'm starting the hashtag, the rim cleaner shirts. Yes. Well, you know what our Saturday Goblin Extravaganza is going to be called, right? Did you see what I wrote, Rod? So on Saturdays, coming soon, TM. I'm not sure when Michael Bart is going to start, but we're going to have the Goblin, three of the Goblin Army are going to be streaming all in a row. I'm going to be on there the longest. I'm going to be on there for like 2.5 hours because I'll have to lengthen my stream to make this work. And then right after me will be the ever awesome Michael Mortar. That's fine, Anubis. You can lurk. I said I love all you lurkers too because God knows I am one. But people who chat, they do help me, give me something to talk about. But no, by all means, lurk or please, whatever. If you have anything you want to say, don't be afraid to say it here. And I have a band hammer, and I will use it if anybody is mean to you. So I think my rule number 1 is be nice. Unless you Pete the Hydrator. No, he's nice. He's funny. And he cares. He just wants you to drink. Yeah, I need a drink. You blew all your channel points on the moist, didn't you? If it happens, it's gonna be a long hour stream. Well, I'm going to take a drink anyways, because I feel like my mouth needs to be a little more moist. Yeah, Kevin. So that's a little about the stream, and I mentioned what I was working on. I mentioned about the sound effects and the things. Have fun with them, and have fun. Any questions other than Kevin, because Kevin will ask me if I can just give him $5 or $20 or whatever. Or I'll have his wife do it. But she's not on tonight, unfortunately, because there are storms where she is, and it fried her modem. Can I have a free mini? Well, Pete, if you are a subscriber or someone does it on your behalf, and if and when I ever get to 50, yeah, you could. That maybe never. It's something to strive for in my case. Honestly, I said, whatever I get out of this channel is it, but the most important thing is hanging out with all you. That's what I really want out of this channel. and to get my own crap done. You know, one of the reasons why I started this channel was to actually paint and work on my own minis that I have sitting around. Of course, what did I do? I bought this one. Well, you have to subscribe and get, let's see, I need how many more people? I need 42 more people. Crab, you know, yeah, that's Mortar. Mortar's the I Want a Free Mini. Because he, you know, the thing about Mortar is he can paint like 100 minis a day. I can't. I've been painting this one for a while. Of course, he couldn't paint this. He could paint this in a day, probably, have it look great. But he couldn't paint 100 of these in a day. I just love that bit. I do have a crab somewhere that I will paint on stream, but I'm not giving it away. I'm gonna have it bounce across the screen when when the music comes on, because it'll be the crab dance. So that's looking pretty good. I think I'm gonna go back over it with a little bit of red, and I'm gonna actually, I did do a giveaway. I did do a giveaway when I became an affiliate, because I wanted to thank a follower. I don't have any crabs now, unfortunately. Wait, that sounds wrong. I'll just bounce around to it. I also have also for channel points, I have Send in the Kraken. And I do have a Kraken mini sitting right next to me that I will have swim across screen that I painted. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, at some point I want to do one that says more cowbell, because you know, you got to have more cowbell, and have an actual cowbell here. But I don't own a cowbell right now, so. Yeah, see, Pete. Now I knew that. I knew that's where that was gonna go. I knew it was gonna end up in. You're gonna need a dock for the crabs. Wouldn't that be a vet? I mean, my words are being twisted against me. You know, that's what the frick happened. All right. I'm going back over this with a little bit of the original red. In some of the shadowy areas where I might have overdone a little bit on the orange. Or a normal Monday. Oh, what? Oh, the cowbell? I haven't bought one yet. I want to have them said. I want to have a channel point thing for more cowbell. Because you need more cowbell. Actually, there is a thing I can add to the sound set that has more cowbell. So I can maybe make you all do it for bits. What I want to do, well, what's it? Just a normal two with all the crabs running around. I do have a 5-minute tavern music on here too, but if I play that, no one else can do anything for 5 minutes. And that one, I because of that, I put like requirements on that one. I believe you can use it if you're a subscriber, and if you're, I think I have it for bits. Or a zillion channel points. I don't remember which thing. Yeah, I don't like this. Okay, so that orange is definitely creeping down too low. I just want the orange to kind of highlight the upper parts. Wait a minute. Didn't I put a sound effect? That's for, oh no, I thought I did a sound effect for hydrate. Maybe I didn't. I was looking at, I thought I did. But it's a bits one. It was basically put in place if you ever run out of channel points, you just have to keep hitting the hydrate button. Yeah, it's the very last one in the list. No, because, well, fine, I tested, but it doesn't count.
Grab some water, refill those clips.
Yeah,
Let's get
that's
back
right.
out
It's
there.
the sound effect. So no, I'm not going to hydrate because I played it. All right. I want to go a little bit lighter on the tops of those. So I'm thinking I actually might use a little bit of this lantern yellow to actually make this orange a little brighter. You know how to get me to drink. There is a, maybe it's on cooldown. I think I need a little bit of the original orange.
Moist.
See, this is what Mortar needs on his stream. See, I have this on my stream. He doesn't have it on his. Right? He needs to have a moist one. Aha! See, you did it there. Cool. Now I'll drink it. I say the hydrator should now just be on like a 15-minute cooldown. But there shouldn't be any limits. That was a mistake. Because I think I think it basically it's set like it automatically sets a limit of 1, and I couldn't figure out how to shut the limits off. It's not broken, it's the way it just works. So I'm gonna try to add a little bit of my slightly brighter color, which I added a little yellow to it, to the tippy tops of these. And I'm going to take a damp brush and just kind of roll them around the edges to diffuse it. I don't want much. In fact, if I really want to do this, I could always just take my smallest brush. But I think that was okay. What's the issue you have? Oh, Pete, I think you have a lot of issues, but... And I'm just kidding. What's the issue you exactly have? I work while I make the... Yes, the I work is working. Woo! It really doesn't, you know, my coworkers might not believe me, but it really doesn't take much to bring joy in my life. It doesn't refresh the button when it's... Well, I notice... One thing I notice is that, like, when I go to it, even though the refresh has happened, I see that the alert is still up there. Oh, God, you played it because you have a sub. I don't think you're getting any other sound effects for 5 minutes. But I notice, like, when I scroll down to the sound panel, it has, like, the timer on it, even when the timer's elapsed, but it disappears really quickly. But you know what? I saw this said tavern music, and I'm like, it's a tavern. I need to have tavern music. Sort of the basis for this. Did everybody just disappear? Say, is Rod still around? Waiting there with his... See, I say I have a snark rifle handy. That's always loaded. Oh, excuse me, folks. This is what happens when I drink. I always drink Coca-Cola. If I drink too much of it, I burp. Nothing like burping on string. Nope, sorry. Besides, one other thing. Once I run out of my drink, there will be no more drink. I'm not going upstairs to get more until after the stream is over. So, be careful with how you use those hydrates. Oh my god, thank you so much, Rod! I actually really appreciate it. Oh, and I want to let you know, we do have the little beer mugs is a subscriber badge, so if you want to use it, please do. That said, hopefully I'll get some emotes and stuff for you guys to use too at some point. It's just, work is just, that's it, I can't say enough. Work is just nuts. I kind of want to retire and do this full time, but I think I decided that I had to need at least 1,000 like subscribers to actually do it. I appreciate, believe me, I really appreciate if anybody throws money at me for just sitting here painting minis, hopefully giving you some instruction and some good tips. But is hugely appreciated. Especially since right now I'm spending money on my new studio that I'm going to be moving all this to. So every little bit helps. Also, if anybody has questions or if anybody who's popped on here, feel free to share. I'm link friendly, so feel free to share your work. It doesn't, as long as it's, can you get, I don't know, can you? I don't think I'm gonna send it to you. I kind of live too far away to get free food. You'd have to get a plane ticket and come to my house. I'm a good host, though. But unfortunately, you live a little far away. You wanted a full pig roast. Well, well, if we're talking about imaginary food at the tavern, absolutely. I'd say the proprietor of this place is fairly kind, if you need it. Do you have any food at home? Well, yeah, it's time for the 1 a.m. snack. Okay, it's safe to play other stuff now. So one thing that really has stuck with me, one thing that I heard said is that the difference between a good mini painter and a great mini painter is how much, basically how much, you go and work on stuff. Yeah. Really? So, like, I've been going back and forth trying to get the blend in here really smooth. So it's required some going back and forth and adjusting and putting some water down and adding some more red and adding some more yellow. And I think I have to go back in there. I'm gonna have to clean that up right there. I said I'm not a huge fan of like things that are like, like this sort of thing here, because I always seem to catch the places I don't want to catch. Okay, so I think that's pretty good for our caps.
Moist.
Something's funny up there. I guess my husband sensed that you hit the moist button because now he's laughing. And I can hear it all the way down here. Alright, so wait, let me see something. Looks like I need to add a little red around here because it looks like didn't get painted. So there's my little mushrooms. I'm actually I'm pretty happy with those. I'm gonna figure out how to do the stalks. Oh, I can't see when I do this. I thought that. You thought, no, there's no babies here. That would be a freaking miracle at this point. But, no. No kids. Alright, so I want to put some white flecks on those. And I'm just trying to figure out if I don't think I want to go pure white. That might be a little too much. So I think I want to go with something. I've got so many colors out sitting here. No, not ginger. Thanks, Rod. Thank you so much. And by the way, on the soundboard and stuff, I do have things you can have fun stuff you can do for. Although that's why I think I need some 100-point cheers on the soundboard, because I know some of you like to just cheer 100 bits at a time. That was not. I'm now learning all these things that I learn. Pete loves the sad trombone. No, I don't think I'm going to go... Actually, that may not be as crazy as I was thinking. Ginger. So, like, I could almost go... You could go yellow even for... Like, a yellowish tone for the dots. Color decisions, man. Color decisions. Well, I'm sorry you're sad. I'm hoping I'm trying to make your life make your life a little happier. I try to bring joy to wherever I go. What do I want to do? Hold on. I do actually have, you won't see it, but I do actually have mushrooms on here.
Refill those clips and let's get back out there.
Oh, is that anonymous for playing Hydrate? All right. Pete will be very happy about this. There are magic mushrooms on here. Let's see. What did they... They really do... I don't want to go bright white, though. Yeah, they're not... When I look at the pictures, they're not quite bright white. They're definitely an off-white. I could always just go with the old standby, which is bleached linen. Which is... It is a slightly off-white. With maybe a tiny bit of brown. I want to say it's kind of a little bit brown in it. But, I mean, a tiny bit. Whoops. It wouldn't be a stream if I didn't drop something. See, that's something else. I need something like for dropping my brushes or something on here. So I'm going to go with that, I think. And I'm going to go with my small... Wrath... Oh, I don't know if I have it down here. I think Rathbone is upstairs, unfortunately. That's not a bad thought. Oh. But I'm going to go with this. Excuse me, folks. The bleached linen is usually my go-to for slightly off-white white. But, what is it? It's, yeah, Wraithbone. Sorry, not Rathbone. Wraithbone, though, is a great color. And a lot of times I'll use that for teeth and bones and things. It's got bone in the title. Oh, I also have, come to think of it, I also have, listen, I have a bunch of colors out here. H-Bone, Bone Shadow. I don't see the third one. I have the Bone Trio. There's two of them. I don't know where the third one. The third one's somewhere. And I don't know where it is. Because it's not that. That's from the brown triad. Oh, I know where it is. It's right here. Oh, nope, that's not it. Yeah, here it is. There's the third one, Polished Bone. Which may not be bad. I think that's a little dark, though. I get too many good things on my walls, Pete, to throw anything at the wall. I do not want to throw anything at my walls. However, you know, thinking about the bone trio, it might actually, this might not be a bad color for the stems. Can people hear my husband laughing? I am curious at how much this mic picks up. Alright, so this is somewhat freehanding here. So I'm just going to kind of dot. Looks like to me that the dots are kind of random too. They're not just... The dots are not just like all over in a uniform pattern on the ones I was looking at. I would put one more there. So I'm going to kind of do that. We're going to make them random. No, I do not have a baby in the house. My husband, well, unless you count, my husband's a babe, so. Yeah, you don't hear. Okay, I didn't think so. I got a good mic, but I didn't think I was picking up upstairs. I can hear him pretty good, though. I said, I know he was watching Star Trek Next Gen, so I'm pretty sure he still is. Okay. I do not freehand a lot, although this is fortunately only little dots. No, I don't want lines, I want dots. There, we'll put one there. Maybe some that are a little closer together. That's one of my favorite emotes, and that just comes with it too. The octopus. Or a sea monster or whatever. So don't mind me, I'm concentrating. I think those are looking pretty good. I did what now? I'm putting dots on my mushrooms. That's what I did now. I am sort of taking a little inspiration from reality for this thing, to a degree. Oh, hang on. I will grab my drink in a sec. Well, I didn't dump a brush, I just threw one of the caps on the floor. You know, keep these. These that go over the ends of the brushes. They'll help preserve, prevent your brushes from getting bent or anything bad happening to them. I never used to keep them, but now I do. All right, and dot, 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 dot. Put one there. Actually, I'm going to grab another drink. Wow. I'm beginning to realize this is really slow from when I do things, from when I see it on Twitch. Is that I don't watch through Streamlabs. I watch it on Twitch. Because that way I can make sure everything's coming through okay. So like when my stream decided to die on me like a week ago on Saturday, after I was showing off all the bones I had gotten, because I'm an idiot for getting so many, I was able to figure that out. Because it died on me here too. Oh, and by the way, just as an FYI, I did actually go back to the pledge manager and I ordered a little more. Oh, you gotta go, Pete? Yeah, I know it's really late over there. Thank you so much for dropping by, Pete. It's always appreciated when you come, especially when you drop by on a night like, when it's like 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever it is there. So I do always appreciate your company. All right, someone else has got to step it up now. He's leaving. Somebody else got to step it up and talk. Or I'll just sit here and talk about what I'm doing. I'm dotting the happy little mushrooms. That's what I'm doing. This is a happy tree. Boy, I'll tell you what, I think about Bob Ross today. He would be an amazing streamer. I mean, you think about it. He managed to fill a half hour of time at a... Yeah, oh no, it's fine, Kevin. No, you think about it. Bob Ross would fill a half hour of TV time with no chat. And he'd be basically doing... I mean, he'd do different paintings every week. But he'd basically be doing the same thing, and he still was entertaining. This happy tree is making me pretty happy too, actually. I've cursed a few times Tharivol, the fact that we picked this mini because there's so much stuff on it, but on the flip side, I also really do. I think it was a great choice because we're going to get a lot of different things out of this mini. Hey, Rod, are you still around? Because I'm trying to remember if you're actually participating in this. Painting up one of these trees. Or if you paint, oh my god, I'm being dumb. I don't remember if you paint at all. Still amused by the knowledge Bob Ross is Jill Sargent before. Can you imagine? I know, it's hard to even imagine that he was a drill sergeant. That he was a military man, let alone a drill sergeant. And now all his paintings are, I forget where they are in the world, but they're not selling them. But they're all in like basically a collection. One of the things I like about this, one of the things, normally a lot of times when I paint patterns on things like this, I actually usually go over it with another color and have it sit to basically look like it's part of it. But I don't think when it comes to this, I think I'm going to leave it. Because the spots do tend to really stand out on a mushroom. There's a big spot. Looks like I need to brighten that up a little bit. These don't look quite white enough. You also want to keep the paint fairly, like I didn't thin this paint down at all because I wanted to cover. So there's my happy little mushrooms with some happy little spots on them. Oh, Lord. Alright, so all I gotta do is some happy little stems on those happy little mushrooms. Now comes the part I've sort of been avoiding. Actually, I'm going to avoid it one step further. Because I'm going to touch up the spot that's annoying me. And I do have the colors here. Pete, I thought you went to bed! He left us something to remember him by. Maybe one of these days I'll actually get some music for this channel. Oh no, is that a... I'm looking right here and it looks like that's another mushroom. Well, the other thing is really... It's not stuck up at all. So I'm not even 100%... It looks like a mushroom cap though. But it's so planted down against the... I'm debating. Do I want to make that another mushroom? Just, I don't know. It doesn't have the same... It doesn't read like the other things. Even though it is a similar shape. You're doing happy tank treads, Crimson. There you go. I'm just gonna go here and I'm gonna define painting it a darker color to sort of define the, and I'm gonna go back over that. It's a little high. It went up a little high, but that's not surprising. I just want a little bit of a line between some of these. You know what? I think that's too big. There. That dot was a little too big. Alright, so now I'm going to actually get to the part that I haven't been necessarily looking for. I'm going to try to paint these stems. I'm gonna use the aged bone to start with. I notice that the stems on these mushrooms do tend to be white. Or, once again, a slightly off-white. And I'm gonna keep with my little tiny brush here. And I know I'm gonna nail upper parts. If you're quick, if you're not, so be it. You can paint over things. Oh, look, I think I got it. And if you notice, I'm keeping my hands together. Actually, I think I'm going to try to hit the undersides of these mushrooms too. With this color. But yeah, I keep my hands together for stability mostly. But if one hand shakes, they'll both shake at the same rate. Thank deity of my choice for lead belcher air. Oh, lead belcher is a pretty good color. My favorite dark silver like that is I really like the P3 pig iron. Wait, is it pig iron? I got it right here. I use it for everything. Yep, it's pig iron. I've killed so many bottles of that. I'm going to take a quick look at my picture here. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. They notice that, yeah, they're just white. One of my problems, I can't see. Oh, even the undersides of the cap are. Vilger! Hello! Happy Monday. Well, it's Monday. And it's almost over. So I guess that's happy? How are you this evening? I'm sitting here painting mushrooms. I can't really complain, so. You're doing well. That's good. So what was it? So have you run out and bought the watercolor paints yet? Or are you going to do some mini painting? We got the dog a new toy and he's been great. Awesome. Oh, I think I saw the dog. The dog comes on camera once in a while, doesn't he? That's cool. Raid your dad's supplies tomorrow. Best place to get them. So basically I'm making progress on this guy. There's so much to do on it. Aw, and he's cute. I said, I think I saw him. One of the things I said, I'll lurk while I'm working. And And then, if I ever hear there's a dog on screen, I will always pop up, unless I can't, unless there's a supervisor, somebody around who I will get in trouble with. I will pop up the screen and look. Can't help it. I always got to see the critters. Sadly, I do not have dogs or cats. It wasn't, yeah, I know. Unfortunately, you went off to make dinner. But basically, it was just, I took a small brush. So this is a Winsor Newton 000 round. Keep your hands, see, I've got my hands here. They're together. That really helps. It helps stabilize them. And then keep your fingers fairly close to it. So, that might help. And a lot of it's just, going and bouncing around. There's no real pattern to this. It's just boom, 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 boom. Paint a mini! No, do whatever you want. You've got so many, Villiger, you got so many different things you can tap into. You have the base to finish for Shork. It said you've got so many different talents. I used to do cross stitching. I used to do ceramics. Actually, I did ceramics that sort of led into doing this. Oh, I do find I'll actually be able to demonstrate. Some of these dots look like they've sort of faded a little. I want them to be pretty bright. So basically, yeah, if you notice, I've got my hands very together. And I've got my fingers close to when I'm painting here. And just breathe. Breathe and relax. And that will really help you get those dots on there well. Yeah, I also do cross stitch, but not on stream. I don't know if streaming cross stitching. Well, I guess why not? Crocheting is pretty interesting to watch. I can say that I do not crochet. I've learned barely how to knit. I know nothing about crocheting. As I said, I probably totally did this in the wrong order, but I kind of really just wanted to paint the caps. Oh, that's true too. A lot of times, yeah, cross-stitch projects in general can be too big to put under a camera. That is very true. I said I have a couple of big projects I finished. But then I fell into mini painting and decided to take it seriously. So I don't have time to do it anymore. And my eyesight, well, granted, I guess I paint minis, so I can work around it. So I probably can still do cross stitch too if I could do this. But seeing all those little holes in the fabric, ugh. I have stuff I could work on. I've got several patterns kicking around. I have one I even started, and then I was missing some of the supplies and I never finished it. Oh, Lordy. This is really hard to get in here. I said I'm definitely keeping my hands close together for this. And what I'm doing too is I'm going back over the red in some of these spots. So what are you cross-stitching anyways? One of my favorite things to do were all the various samplers out there. It's a fairy reading with the Hmm. Hmm. There's a whole series of fantasy ones, and I have one of the books, and I can't remember the name of it. But I did. So there's one that was a sampler, and in the middle had a castle, and at the bottom you had like some lords and ladies and some bards at the very bottom of it. And it was just one of my favorite pieces ever. And I did finish that one. That hangs in my living room right now. I love that piece so much. But I'm wondering if it's the... Oh, yeah, no, don't worry about it. This is link friendly. You can all... Especially you do not have to ask. I trust pretty much... People who come around here so far, I've had no reason not to trust them to post anything. You can also post links of stuff. Oh my god, that's a link. I'm going to click on it because I actually want to know what this is. If it's oh no, that's not the same. Now that's not the same. That's not the same company. I think that makes the ones I'm thinking of. That's lovely. Here, I'll tell you what, for funsies, since I can do this, I'll put up so everyone else can see what I'm talking about. Once I switch everything around here. That's cool. It's almost like the... Well, there's a saddle on there. That dragon is her mount. Very cool. I searched around one point for Great Cross-Stitch Dragon, and that one popped up. Well, see, now I'm going to sit here and start looking at the other things they got. Oh, it's cursed. Oh, these are nice. I can't see here. I'm just going to see if I can find it. I may not be able to... What the heck, kind of weird. You know, I put it in and I get all sorts of weird stuff. Well, that's... Try cross stitch. That wasn't definite enough. You know, the sad thing... Well, no, actually, the sad thing is the book's probably somewhere right around here downstairs. Okay, that's the first one that popped up. I've done a lot of stuff. Teresa Wensler, that's who I was trying to think of. She has, oh my god, she has some of the best fantasy ones out there. This one right here, I'll get back to that. I want to see if they have it. This one right here, I had a friend of mine that was working on. There we go. I love this one. That one I'd like to actually do. But if you ever look her stuff up, though, you probably already know. You probably already know it, Vilger. How the fuck do you spell her name? Can't see, but it's Wentzler. Trying to find the one I did. Do they not have it? I'll be sad if they don't have this piece. Because it was the coolest one ever. Oh, that makes me sad. I can't find it. Oh, wait. It's this one right here. Duh. I did this one. Let's Jeez, one of these. This one I love. And the colors are so beautiful. Just, I love that. And it was such a joy to do. I didn't screw anything up. It was the most perfect thing I have ever done. And what I love is down at the bottom, you've got a party going on. And bards are my favorite class in D&D. So I had to get this piece. And just my absolutely hands down favorite one. But the other one I had to put up there, I also really like that. And I really do like the one you're working on. That is cool. But yeah, Teresa Rensler, her stuff is... Actually, I don't want to close out here. Her stuff... See, this is my mushrooms. Her stuff is just amazing. Wait, was it the one that he did recently? That's all bards? Because you only played one bard once in an improv on Pirate Club, a chat making decisions about my character. Oh, you poor person. Oh, okay, that's a different one. As I said, I've said it before. I am so jealous. I want to be part of that. I want to be part of that whole thing. Wow, why is it lagging so badly? Holy mackerel. Like I said, I'm watching on Twitch, and it's like now just getting to the point where I just shut that down. Oh, I see. It was Friday night when Liam, their GM, wasn't available. I was so jealous of that because I do love bards. They are my favorite class. I've been playing D&D since 2E, so that should tell you how old I am. And I didn't start till I was in college, basically. Like slightly before college, and my brother dragged me off to a game. I was willing, so he didn't really have to drag. So yeah, it was 2E, and I played, basically when I was in college, I joined a group, and I played a bard. Because in reality, I am a musician. I do play the flute. I've heard all the jokes, folks, by the way, so. I haven't played in a while because of the pandemic. Shut down my choir, but normally I play in a church choir. It is what it is. Next fall, we should be starting back up, depending on how things go. You played at PAX in Seattle first time for years, and I pestered people to let me join them until there's... Yeah. Zenilus. I'm glad you found a group. I tell you what, New England is such a fantastic place to live in because I can't take 2 steps without finding a D&D group or a Pathfinder group. I'm in like 5 games. It's so active up here. Although Seattle's where, like, I don't know if WizKids is out there, or WotC. I don't remember if WotC's in Seattle. I know Pies is like in Seattle. So that's a pretty good hotbed too, to truth be told. Oh, I did not just nail. Shoot. Looks like I nailed that. Get some rid back on. Now I DM a group and playing guest doc on the Pirate Club in the Friday game. I said I'm jealous of you guys because I really... So when there's a whole group of bards, that would have been so my jam. Because I said, so basically that first campaign I played a bard, and she's like my personal favorite character too, so I bring her back every so often. And the last time she was seen, well, I was playing her on a one-shot jam bard. That was not an intended pun. That's funny, because yeah, it was no pun intended. I did this one. Well, it was a one shot, but it was a really long one shot. It ended up being 2 sessions, where we basically it was the Minotaur's maze from Greek mythology, which was really cool. And then right before that, I did play her in a campaign on Murder Hobo Inc. She was like the one that wasn't a murder hobo. Let's see. Like, I also do the music, but haven't really gotten into playing bards. You know what? Maybe I'm wondering if that's partly because I have this vision of bard. Channels everything through music, and I would love to do a lot more with sound effects and magic and things. And I don't necessarily think they tapped into that real well ever. The Primal Bard from I want to say it was 3rd edition. I think it was third. I think it was 3 or 3.5. Was the closest thing I found to ever seeing a bard the way I would envision one. But I guess one of the things I like about bards is the fact you actually do control a lot of things with the battlefields. You give people bonuses to hit, and you give people pretty good bonuses to it, actually, with the Inspiration 5e. It's definitely different in Pathfinder. In Pathfinder 2. Of course, back in 2, it was really cool. You could pick up a spell book and learn any spell you wanted. 5e sort of has gotten to that, because you now can you get with the Lord Bard, you get magical secrets. So I could take some of those spells that I had back then. Druids are fun. I have quite a few. I did have actually, I'll tell you what cleric I liked. Grave clerics. Those were fun. I played a grave cleric, and I really liked some of the abilities you can do in combat there too. With of course the Toll the Dead spell and Path to the Grave and actually I think it's funny because I think one of the fun parts is you can cancel crits. That can be like a huge deal. But that's the thing. I like things that can basically change things up on the battlefield and put things to the favor of the PCs. Oh, but that's because that's not necessarily your role. I know that with clerics, you either keep people up, or you play controller. Because you've got bless and you do have things that can. You've got Path to the Grave, which basically means the next person doubles their. What is it? They double their damage, I believe. So you find that other role that you can do. But I get what you're saying, though. I mean, usually the other thing too. There you go. Kevin, you could have played one of those in that Tuesday game that we will eventually pick up on. I was glad you brought a bard in, but you could have played a grave cleric. That's what we lost, was a grave cleric. But I've played a pretty good myriad of classes in over the course of my 30 years or so of playing. But not in different systems too. So, but one of the things I've been doing that's nice about playing in Murder Hobo and doing the one shots is I get to experiment with a lot of different classes. Because it doesn't really matter what happens. Yeah, Kevin's actually sorcerers are interesting. Now, I've not played one of those. That's actually one of the few classes like I have not actually tried. My husband played one. And that was, yeah, he did a good job with it too. He played one in Curse of Strahd, although he was the one character he was, no, not the one character, but he was the first person to die in that campaign was that sorcerer. But that said, we brought him back. Yeah, I want to say that's what he was a storm sorcerer. And he did. He had a ball. He liked that character. I mean, he actually brought in what would have been like a really epically great character for a Strahd campaign, because he brought it's like the Sun Soul Monk. It's the one that can channel radiant. Basically, they can channel radiant. They can do attacks with radiant damage to them, which, in a place like Ravenloft, that wouldn't hurt anything at all, right? He had so much fun with, but anyways, when we brought him back and he had a choice of what character he wanted to play. Oh, the character's name was Storm, by the way. But he played. But yeah, he went back to it. He's like, I really want to go back to Storm. It's like, okay, and I think we were kind of sad because we knew that other character would just absolutely waste Strahd. That ended up being me. I was playing a fighter in that campaign. And, oh my god. I was unimpressed at first, but she was broken by the end of that campaign. What the hell happened? That looks like I dragged my brush. There we go. My Friday character is way Shadow Monk because Sneaky Sneaks and Shadow Step. Kevin! Who said, it all sounds very shocking. Ching. But yeah, I played a fighter, which was what I played champion. And I said at first, when you only get one attack, it just wasn't really doing it for me. I was watching everyone else get more damage, and I'm like, our fighter's really that good? And then I got to 2 attacks around, and then I also took Great Weapon Masters my feet. And then, because originally I was going to go sword and board, and that went out the window when we got a magic 2-handed sword, and I was like the only one that really could wield it, because I didn't take protection. We had a paladin, but he went sword and board, and he took protection, so he could not use it, and that was the only other fighting type that was in the group. So I ended up with the sword. So I was like, all right, I'll go Great Weapon Master, and then I was just flipping. It was murdering everything. That's right, improved crew, and that did come. I mean, it gives you can get it on a 19 and 20, so it does increase your chances, but it's only, you still get to roll a 19, which still doesn't happen all that often. For my birthday D&D, I played a fighter with 1 level of bard because he was a terrible bard. That's clever. Oh, I will say this, with 5e, I am more inclined than ever. I've never really been inclined to multi-class. But with 5e, I'm more inclined to actually try it because of the way it works. The other games I always thought cut way too much into, you'd actually dilute your abilities. With 5e though, it doesn't feel like that. It's a spot that the paint came off of. Come on, fill that little spot. I think multi-classing depends on how much living you expect your character to do. That could be true. That definitely could be true. But if there was ever a time I ever thought about trying it, 5e is like the one time I've really considered it. Actually, Kevin, before you joined our group, I was considering turning my paladin to multi-classing into cleric, so I could have some more healing ability. Cause after the guy playing the grave cleric dropped out because he got burned out on D&D, which was unfortunate, or gaming in general. We did not have much in the way of healing at all. So I was like, well, I could always consider going cleric. But you joined, and hopefully we'll be starting that up sometime. A lot of it's right now, we're just waiting for, the GM to get settled. Like my Friday character. So Villiger's Friday character probably won't level up. And if she does, I probably just want to get to a higher level. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why I tend to not multi-class. Because I like, the abilities that you get later on and such. And you have to take all those levels in your class, otherwise you're not going to get there. But I do see the value of it more in this than... Damn it, that still didn't fill in. I'm so glad people are talking about their games, by the way. But yeah, that's it said. That's exactly why, though, I don't tend to multi-class. That is not going to fill in. I can see a actual, like... Maybe it's because the paint's wet. I'll let that dry. Let's see. At level 10, I get to be... Villiger's monk gets to be immune to poison disease, and I get to walk faster. Which is great because I'm a tiny spider person. That's so cool! That's cool. Being a tiny spider person. Oh yeah, so what's your movement speed normally? Just out of curiosity. Oh, it's 40, but more than that? Yeah, monks are broken. Actually, we were saying we think every class is broken in their own way. Every class has some really cool things. I don't think we've ever felt underwhelmed by anything. I said I felt underwhelmed a bit by the fighter when I first started playing it, but when I got to the end, I didn't feel underwhelmed anymore. Was that in 5e, Crimson? John S. And I know who John S. is. Ran a high-level game for us, won. When my monk was able to jump through a prismatic barrier with no issues. My worst save was a 30% failure chance. What edition was that? I was going to drop a brush. Because level 9 I can walk up vertical surfaces and cross water. Yeah, it's it. Dope. That's why they say in Critical Role, dope monk shit. It really is a thing. $5E. Okay. I'm hoping John S. was talking about getting the Hand of Bane back together. Oh, you know what? That's... Here I'm painting this, and that's actually should be bark. I mean, that, almost makes sense if you're playing a little itty-bitty spider. That a monk would really be a great way to go. That totally makes sense. I knew I was going to say, there we go, I dropped the brush. Ah, I always drop a brush every single time. No, that's not it. Where is my purple? I think the purple I was using for this is in my paint box. Pharasma purple. Basically, my bark is Pharasma purple mixed with it's these two colors together. So I'm trying to fix my I'm trying to fix my mistake there. Started painting the bark the stem color. Oops. So I want to go back in and highlight that. Actually, come to think of it, I've never tried a monk before either, and one of these days I'm going to have to. Because I do see just how cool they really are. But ultimately, I really do love bards. Actually, we're playing Rime of the Frost Maiden. And I am playing a bard in that. Well, my strategy in rolling up a character is I wait and see what everyone else rolls up, and then I find something to fit a role that's missing. And the bard roles seem to fit in with this group of people, so hence I rolled up a monk. Rolled up a bard. I think my best monk shit was climbing up a spider silk row and killing an Aarakocra. Okay, that is cool. I think that's one of the neatest things about D&D is that you can do so many things that you personally can't do in reality, and you can feel so cool doing it. And Kevin says, the high-level game I did some stupid, hilarious stuff. Kevin, I know you well enough to know that's undoubtedly true. Damn it, now look at that. Oh my gosh, this is driving me nuts. Now that does look like a freaking mushroom stem. I'm going to change it to a mushroom stem. I have the right to change my mind 3 times, right? Right? Do I know Nulge's magic pigments? Are they ones basically that will manifest stuff? I don't think they called it in Critical Role, but yeah, that's what it is. Basically, they used it in Critical Role. They gave it to the trickster cleric there. People tell me you always paint over stuff you painted before that you don't like. Yeah, you can. You want to know the truth? Don't feel blind. Don't feel like you have to. I mean, how else do you see your journey? You know, I have the first mini I ever painted. It is sitting on the shelf right next to me. And it is a sight to behold. I didn't even prime it, okay? So yeah, exactly. Look, I paint this thing. It's terrible. If I paint over it, I will never be able to talk about how ugly it is. Then don't. You do not have to repaint it. I mean, but don't. But people can if they want. But I've never repainted anything. I've got early stuff here that I did years and years and years and years and years ago. Let's see. I banished a big bad. He was a warlock. This is Kevin. I drew a 60-foot pit under him during the minute, and he was gone. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, Joel banished it. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, so yeah, you drew the 60-foot pit, and then he popped back in after the minute and fell. Yeah, Joel banished it, you made the pit. I get how this works. Hang on one sec. Well, by the way, you do know about the game at OGC that John ran. That he ran the basically his intention was to TPK the party. I can't wait to see this. that is so bad it's good. And you know what? You still neatly painted it. Should I show it? Should I put up there for the few of you that are around? I'm going to put it up there. I'll go get my mini, by the way. There we go. As long as that's showing. But I mean, this is the thing. You go back and you look back at minis like this, and you can see your progress. And I said, you've come a long way from that.
Grab some water.
We all
refill those
start
clips,
there.
and let's get back out there.
You're lucky. I only have a little left. I'll bet. You know what? I'll bet you did. Did you? Now wait. Here's the question. Did you prime it? It looks like it's all stuck there now. Alright, I'm gonna shut this back off. I didn't pry. Oh, it's a bones. Okay, yeah. Some of them, they have both metal. Well, that's funny. That's odd because, that's very odd that the paint would flake off of a bones. Because I don't have, yeah, you should be. That's unusual. Like, this guy, I mean, you can get him in bones, but he is metal. This one's metal. And he is I think that's why once in a while, that's why I put a base on it, so I could hold on to the base. Otherwise, I'm going to rub the paint off. And the paint's actually stuck pretty good. I did prime it, obviously. But hang on one sec. I'm going to go get that mini. And make sure I don't lose this. Yeah, I got to take these off so I can see. Oh. Oh yeah, I think. What's this? Alright. So it's only fair. You showed us yours. I'm going to show you mine. There's the first mini. Oh, I see finally some of the paint chipped off. But there's the first mini. Actually, I gotta switch this up. Wow, yeah, because this is not an autofocus. But there she is. In all her glory. There's the first mini I ever painted. So I've gone from that to this. So it's been a big difference. Oh my gosh, I just realized there's only like 5 minutes left. The Frostgen was my first mini, but it was the kind of the first non-to-learn paint and resin printer one. Well, it is a bit of a transition to learn to deal with bones. Because you can't... Because you got to be careful with bone. The biggest thing about bones, and if you don't prime it, I don't prime them. I don't prime it. Is that you have to make sure your paint is actually thick enough. If it's got too much water in it, it will it's hydrophobic material. It'll just beat up. You can wash them. If you wash them, it actually helps. Yeah, I'm on Team Ann Forrester. She doesn't actually prime her bones either. But we both say the same thing. We don't begrudge anybody for priming their bones. Just don't force people to do it. So, don't say one way or the other, you should or you shouldn't. There's no absolutes in mini painting, right? Mini painting is about finding your own path. So I think I'm gonna have to do some touching up on this. And don't tell me I can't lick brushes. Because I am a brush licker, in case, you probably all noticed. I'm going to have to fix that. That's okay. When I lick brushes, though, I tend to make sure they're washed and dried first. Yeah. It's good if you don't, but I get in the habit. I don't technically, lick them, but really, I just try to point them. And I've tried using my hands, and it just doesn't seem to do the trick for me. And I'm not sure why. I know it works for other people, but when I do it, I also make sure I wash it off real well and I dry them. Oh, yeah, show up now, Joe, when there's like 5 minutes left. Wait, 3 minutes left. It's good to see ya. I'm going to definitely hop on to the Discord after this. I really enjoy hanging out Monday nights with you guys. Maybe, I was going to say, I'm guessing I probably should advertise the Discord at some point and add to like all my bots. I was right. That thing still did not cover. Why won't you cover? I do not like sparkly. How are you doing tonight, by the way, Big Jim? Yeah, maybe maybe at some point I'll get a copy and add a bot so that I can point out the Discord to people for the Pyro Club. It's such a great place. Well, and there's not a ton of us right now. It's Monday night. It tends to be. Today was actually a pretty rollicking stream for Monday night. I'll build up, overtime, but here, I'll do some shout outs of people because I do like doing this. Once I can actually do it. Alright, so Vulgar Dragon is a streamer. And so is Big Jim. And let's see, Vulgar's got a talent in multiple things. I know she does crochet. She does mini painting. She did watercolor. Let's see, and then you got Big Jim, he also does a myriad of things, including the one of these nights, I want to catch your real estate stream. I know. Oh, yes, he does. And actually, the neat thing about Big Jim is he hangs out with me at our mini painting afternoons at the my once a month mini painting party at the Queen's Gambit in Methuen. And that was really, I was so glad you showed up yesterday. We had you and we had Rathmore TV and his lovely wife. She's so nice. E-Love. If anybody from that server ever rolls into Massachusetts, I am more than happy to set something up. Oh, E-Love Art. That's it. E-Love Art? She was so nice. No, if any of you guys ever roll into town, I would absolutely I would love to host a painting afternoon to hang out. But you are not chopped liver. You also live around here and you get to paint with me. Well, hey, you know what, Kevin? You can paint with me whatever you want. If we want to set up, that's the thing. I don't mind setting up painting dates if I have time, which is kind of the funny part. So you are not chopped liver and you know it. You guys are like my MVPs. See, look at all the MVPs on here. So, I want to thank you guys all. Oh, thank you guys for making this such a fun stream. Although, Jim, I kind of hope one of these nights you'll actually come in early. Earlier, we can chat. And I did have a great time yesterday with both of you guys. It was so much fun. And so was this. Let's see. I guess I'll raid somebody. Who do I want to raid? Well, let's see. Wapple's on. Black Christie's on. Splinter Brush Studios is on. Oh, God. I've got choices tonight. Last Saturday, there was no one broadcasting on my list, so I found a new person to follow. So I will be on in a few minutes on the Discord. I'm going to take a little bit of a break and then I'll be on. So, let's see. I guess I'll go raid. I'll do Splinter Brush. I don't think I've really done them. I could do Minecraft Monday with my buddy Blam. He does a Minecraft thing. One of these days I'm going to go there. But I think tonight I'll stick with mini painting. So I'll do Splinter Brush. It's studio, I think. Singular. Yes, it worked. Thank you so much for tuning in. And maybe I'll see you on Wednesday night at 8:30 Eastern.